Thanks so much for joining us on this Wednesday for the news at noon. I'm Shay McAllister. We begin here with a man charged in the 2022 murder of Brittany Bowman. He made his first appearance in court this morning. Derek Pixley is charged with murder. He was arrested on Monday and appeared in front of a judge for the first time today. WHAS11's Ian Hardwood spoke with Brittany's mom about the agonizing 2.5-year wait for this moment.
I feel like Derek robbed her whole life from her. Even before he murdered her, he took her whole life.
Shawnee Goodman always thought Derek Pixley was responsible for the murder of her 29-year-old daughter, Brittany Bowman, in this Henryville, Indiana forest on Brownstown Road.
The information was there, and it wasn't being looked for hard enough.
The Clark County Sheriff's Office originally investigated the shooting, but requested Indiana State Police pick up the case.
There had been an argument, domestic, between the two in the days prior, and she was just trying to avoid him.
Matt Busick, an ISP cold case detective, restarted the investigation from scratch.
We had actually looked at some other people too and discounted them, and just there wasn't anybody else other than Derek Pixley.
Here near the intersection of Brownstown Road and Country Lake Road, a neighbor told Detective Busick that Pixley was looking for Bowman the day before she was shot, and that Pixley also had a handgun with him. Then there's the night Bowman was shot, where Detective Busick says Pixley tried pinning it on another neighbor who let him borrow his phone to call 911. What followed the shooting was 89 days in the hospital. Bowman, shot in the head, had her mother by her side.
This is just the beginning of the battle.
And in death, Bowman's mother is still there, fighting for her. In Clark County, Ian Hardwick, WHAS 11, on your side.
In court today, the judge went with the prosecution's suggestion and decided that Pixley will be kept in custody without bond in the interest of public safety. He is due back in court for a pretrial conference coming up in June. And right now, New Albany police is searching for the suspects involved in a shooting that sent a woman to the hospital. It happened around 11 on Tuesday morning, right there on Bank Street. Police say shots were fired from this car, a black SUV, and then the driver sped away, according to police. A woman inside a barber shop was hurt in this shooting. Thankfully, she's expected to survive. If you have any information the New Albany Police Department wants to hear from you, you can call them at 812-944-6411. Checking in now with meteorologist Matt Breland as he has given us a look at what to expect on this wonderful Wednesday. Hey, Matt.
Hey there, Shay. Yeah, we've got a very nice setup here across downtown. So far, we're still expecting to stay mostly dry just as we trend later on into our afternoon hours. Here's how things look across on our sky cam. Those temperatures ranging in the upper 70s, dew points in the lower 60s. So very muggy out there this afternoon. And we're going to continue to stay in that muggy trend, and temperatures will continue to warm up. We're expecting the 80s in just a few hours. Right now, we're in between those upper 70s and the lower 80s as well. 73 for you guys near Paoli, 76 Hardinsburg, and also 74 for you guys near Shelbyville. Now on satellite and radar, you'll notice these clusters of showers still developing across most of the northeast. We're going to continue to stay dry, but we are tracking some rain chances just as we head into the very later parts of tonight. And then we're really tracking some more rain chances for our Friday. But you'll notice across Kentuckiana, we continue to stay clear, quiet, and dry. Next 12 hours are going to remain just on the warm side. We're expecting the lower 80s for our highs later into the afternoon. Mostly calm and quiet as we head into the later parts of the evening hours, but we are tracking some possible severe weather as we head into Friday. It's anticipated that we see some thunderstorms arrive Friday evening that will include some brief periods of some downpours along with some damaging winds, and also some small hail is going to be possible with this setup as well. So we're going to continue to give you the full forecast, all about those details, coming up here in just a few short minutes.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Massive budget cuts are on the way for JCPS. The district just voted to scrap nearly $100 million in spending for the next school year. And that's just the beginning of the changes here. WHAS 11's Alex Dieterer was at the Van Hoos Education Center on Tuesday night, where school officials described the cuts and staff demanded higher pay.
Honks and signs held by teachers outside the Van Hoos Education Center, asking for pay raises. While inside, massive budget cuts were voted in for JCPS.
We were able to do the $100 million, I think, without significantly impacting schools, which was our main goal. But this next 50 is going to be a little more challenging, there's no doubt about
The
it.
budget lays out $12 million in cuts to the transportation stipends, the popular gas fund paid to parents.
How will this budget impact that issue of transportation?
It won't be decided until June whether the stipends are returning at all next school year.
But if we do bring them back, we'll have to find something else to cut. So we're already a reduction in that because we will be providing transportation to the students at Mayo, Manual, and the other magnet schools. So that's already reduced greatly.
That's not all. $1.6 million gone, money earmarked to buy new buses. $1.5 million cut in the TARC transportation renegotiations, and $2 million also trimmed from the Louisville Urban League. Every board member voting yes to the cuts.
Wild economic conditions in this country that are unpredictable from day to day to day. We need to be seriously looking at our revenue streams going forward. I don't see how we avoid next year without a tax increase on the ballot.
The biggest reason for $150 million in reductions is loss of federal money.
Coming out of the COVID funding is what really led to this. You had access to a lot of funds, federal funds, that you could do a whole lot of support that we just can't do anymore.
Cuts felt by students like Jorge Blas Bautista, a senior at Butler, one of the schools that had its turf constructions delayed.
They run on tracks riddled with cracks, risking injuries every time they've practiced. One team has to practice and play at a local park, not because it is ideal, but because it is the only option.
The delay reduced the budget by $8.5 million.
Keeping with this budget and the plan for next year keeps this district on solid footing.
The protesting teachers also left wondering about their raises. In Louisville, Alex Dieterer, WHAS11 on your side.
Next week, JCPS will be hosting the 2 finalists to replace Marty Polio. They're set for public meetings on Tuesday. And another major change for JCPS voted on last night, a ban on cell phones in schools. The board approved banning phones all day. That includes during lunch and during school hallway time between classes. Though there are some exemptions here for emergencies and medical needs. Longtime board member Linda Duncan was the only person to vote against the ban. The policy would go into effect at the beginning of next school year, with each school determining exactly how to use its own policy and how it will be enforced. Now to stunning new data from Dare to Care Food Bank, revealing hunger is up in Kentuckiana, with more than 180,000 people in our area considered food insecure. The new numbers came from a MAP Meal Gap study. The research showed food insecurity has increased in Kentuckiana by more than 48% just in the last 2 years. An estimated 186,350 people in our area need help to feed their families right now. Now, Dare to Care and local faith leaders are asking for your help, saying this does impact everyone. If you'd like to find out how you can help and get involved, head on over to daretocare.org.